So today we're going to talk about hyperphantasia. Hi, welcome back to the channel. Today's topic is on hyperphantasia. Hyperphantasia is largely understood as one's ability to explore with imagination to very extreme levels. People with hyperphantasia can often produce in their minds very vivid imagery and then overlay it into the actual world that they see, really depending on detailing and explaining just what they are seeing in order to bring others along. The earliest development in the study of this phenomenon was by a Dr. Francis Galton back in the 1880s. He did some research called Statistics in Visual Imagery. Now, individuals with hyperphantasia can often do much more than just visualize objects to great detail. This can also run over into their senses. For instance, say a dish of food. Before that dish of food is presented, oftentimes people with hyperphantasia can go through and experience in their mind to great detail how it will taste, how it will smell, the appearance, the textures, all of that before even taking the first bite. Another great capability of people with hyperphantasia is the ability to reproduce sounds, feelings, smells, which I covered earlier, but also being able to visually recreate various scenes, either from movies, television, or even from their childhood. People with hyperphantasia are also very good at problem solving and seeing solutions where others might not see them. Again, having to really explain in detail what their mind's eye is seeing in order to bring everyone forward to a solution that they are seeing. For me, when it comes to hyperphantasia, this often occurs when I begin to deep dive or find myself really drawn into a subject matter or topic. Recently, I started really digging into hydrogen fuel, and I came across a YouTube video that was all about a hydrogen paste. And their plan for this hydrogen paste was to put it in a tube that could run vehicles. And then when the hydrogen was spent, vehicles could go into either a grocer or a convenience store, pick up more paste and replace the spent tube with a new tube. And being that in the video they said that the paste was very inert, that there was that a particular catalyst or event had to happen before the hydrogen could be released from the paste, seemed to make it something that would be very safe to transport in just about any manner from point A to point B for consumers. Thus making me think in my mind about how monumental this would be for people to be able to utilize something like this in their daily lives, and being able to pick up something like they would any other item from a store. Also, I begin to imagine, being that a byproduct of hydrogen is water, these vehicles going in for something at a service center like an oil change, only instead of an oil change, it would be to empty a reservoir that would collect the water once the hydrogen was utilized and spent in the motor. Again, This is generally, this is one of my new special interests, and really I hope kind of details an example of how people with hyperphantasia begin to view and overlay in their mind what they believe the world could be in the future. Now, there are some drawbacks to having hyperphantasia in that people with hyperphantasia often excessively daydream. If there are topics or tasks or work that needs to be done that really doesn't tap into that type of vivid imagery that we like to go through and see and produce in our mind, then the tasks can almost seem like we're wasting our time. In fact, we're not, but in our mind, it just appears to be that way. It can also create avenues of losing sight of what is real versus what is not real, seeing it to a point where we want it to actually be there when it just isn't. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, please give it a like. If you do like the subject matter of neurodiverse topics and subjects, please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking the bell so that you can be notified when the next video is uploaded. Speaking of the next video, that next video is going to be the other side of hyperphantasia, which is aphasia. And we'll go into that more in the next video. Until then, I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to stop by and visit the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.